Coming up, we're talking training camp, things we expect to see from the rookies and the vets.
Yeah, we're talking to Santana Moss.
That means we got to talk about Scary Terry.
What about July 4th? What do you really like?
Ooh, and what players compare to July 4th foods?
Let's see.
How you doing, guys? It is the Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. I'm Jinx, that's Smoot. Before we get started,
Yes.
give us a call.
Hey, come on, call us. Yes, we have a house phone. I know that's outdated. I know people don't like to use them no more, but leave us a voice message and tell us what you want us to do on the show. If you want to do a segment, let us know. We might do a segment with you. Hit us up on the line and leave us a message, my friend.
703-726-7419. That's 703-726-7419.
I thought it was like 703 Get Loud.
Nah.
That'll work.
We don't have the budget for that.
You got the three numbers right there, then you got the 4 to end.
Oh, we got to figure that out.
Yeah, most definitely.
Let's start with training camp because it's going to be here before you know it. So what is one storyline that you're following or you're interested in?
Well, everybody, the low-hanging fruit right now be Jaden Daniels.
Yes.
The number 2 pick, the quarterback, the Heisman Trophy winner. No, that ain't where I'm going.
Oh.
I'm going to the defensive backfield because I want to know. It's like 7, 8 guys that started in this league. But I know 7, 8 guys can't start on Sunday when it comes to the defensive backfield. Yeah. Quan Martin had a pick that was out of his mind.
He sure did.
The other day where he caught it behind his back. That's crazy. So where does Quan Martin fit? More safety? More corner? Emmanuel Forbes. Can you pick up and show people who you are and be a starter on this team? St. Juice. All right, there go another story there. You got to realize we signed Jeremy Chin. It's a lot of people back there. And people forget about Defoe.
Oh, yeah?
People forget about Defoe. Defoe had a season before he got hurt.
Yep.
All right, so the question to me is, who is going to be the lead dogs? Who is going to be the starters? Who is going to be the defensive backs that we lean on week 1 to week 18? I think that's a big storyline that nobody's talking about because you got to realize with Witt, Coach Witt, and DA and this team, all right, they are very defensive back friendly defense. Always have been. Who's going to excel and who's going to start? That's what I want to know, Jinx.
I'm curious to see how Jamin Davis does.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, because now you have Bobby Wagner, obviously, right there patrolling the middle.
Yeah.
Frankie Louva, I feel like, is going to move around. All around. So now we get a guy who has potential. We've seen flashes, and this is his time, right?
Yes.
It's his time to step up, especially with that talent around him.
I think he's going to step up. Like, listen, I have been asking them to let him rush the passer since he got here. He's a specimen. He's fast. He's strong. He can do whatever you ask him to do. We asked him to play in space. He picks off a ball against Bijan Robinson on one-on-one route. I want to see him going downhill with that speed. I want to see him become the game record we thought he could become. And I always tell people this, you can't judge athletes when they're not being coached properly.
Yep.
Like, I'm just sorry. So that means we're set up to fail, all right? I want to see what he does and highlight himself in the defense. I think I'm going to go out on a limb. Right now. Go to the MGM right now if you got to. I think if he rushes the passer for 17 games, he's going to the Pro Bowl.
Oh, okay.
I think that, especially with the cover package that they have on this team, he's going to the Pro Bowl. Yeah, I said it.
Oh, you did say it.
I did.
Not see that coming. So give me one vet and one rookie that you think could surprise us.
One vet. All right, first of all, since I've seen him in the uniform, it's been one Frankie Louvu. I like guys' first name start with an F. It's just something about those guys. You can depend on those guys when it's time to play some football. Frankie Louvu jumps off the screen. If you go to practice, he jumps off the practice field. You can see the energy. You can see the intensity. I wish I could have played with him because I used to like to bring that type of intensity and have fun doing what I'm doing. Mark my word. By game 4, we'll have more Frankie Louvu jerseys in the stands than probably Deron Payne jersey. And Deron Payne had a couple of year head start on him.
Yeah.
Frankie Louvu will be the hot jersey. He will be the hot name. Now, when it comes to the rookies, I'm not going to say Jaden Daniels. That's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
All right? I'm going to go Ben Sinnott.
Yeah,
I finally said it right.
You finally got it.
I said it right. Didn't say Sinnott. I said Sinnott. I just think he's going to creep his way. Slowly but surely. Maybe start off the first 2 games, 2 catches, 10 yards, 15 yards, 20 yards. week, 3 catches, 35 yards. I think as the season go on, he'll just start to stack up. And, if he has to fill in as a starter on a game, that's just game to tee out. So Ben Sinnott is the guy that I think the rookie and the vet Louvu, the rookie Sinnott.
How do you feel vet-wise about Zach Ertz?
I feel good about Zach.
Because don't you think, especially when you have a rookie quarterback, this is a guy that's been there, done that. Last year, he's worked with Cliff Kingsbury before. We know that.
He's been there.
He's healthier than he's been. And as a rookie quarterback, a lot of times you look to that tight end as your security blanket.
No, he is your security blanket. Yeah. He is the easiest throw on the field. That's why I picked Ben Sinnott to be my rookie, because I know one thing about it. That tight end position, you get beat up a lot in there. It ain't just about catching passes. It's also about blocking in there. And I know the one thing you do, you rotate your tight ends. And that's why I say safest throw on the field is a tight end. That's why I do think Zach Ertz could have a resurgence.
Yeah.
Because he could be the highest target guy, especially the first 4 weeks.
Yeah. And the guy I'm most excited about as a rookie is Mikey Sainristil still.
I love Sainristil still.
I just love, and I'm not a big scout. I mean, I look at everything else like everyone else out there.
Yeah.
But watching his tape and seeing how much bigger he plays than his size, he's always around the football.
He's awesome. And you got to realize he's a cornerback with a wide receiver's mindset. And this where he's going to be so good. And like Nick Saban said, pound for pound, the best player. When somebody says that. Now I'm going to tell you something about Saban. He's the greatest college coach of all time, but he's also a DB guy. That he's he got an eye for DBs. He loves DBs. For him to say that, this high praise.
If a guy named Rick Saban says it, you don't care.
You don't
but if
care.
Nick Saban says it, it's different.
Listen to me. You better listen, all right? And then, like you said, turn the film on. His film speaks for what he says. He's one of those guys that's going to hit the NFL running, meaning he ain't going to need time to adjust. He ain't going to need a period to adjustment period. He going to hit the ground running. Great pick by you.
I appreciate that, because you don't have to be a football expert. You know how it is with some great athletes?
Yeah.
You're just watching the game, and you keep going back, who is that?
Who is that?
Like, who is that?
And make the play when they need it. Anytime you watched Michigan and they needed a play, number 0 was there.
Always there.
Number 0 was right there jumping off your screen. So that means he's Johnny on the spot when I need him.
Yeah.
We're
going to pay some bills and then quickly get back into more football talk. And let us know what you think. 703-726-7419. Call the house phone.
Yep.
Recycle Track Systems, transforming the way commercial businesses and communities manage waste and recycling. They combine the power of AI with the power. Premium customer service to optimize waste pickup schedules, ensuring timely and efficient collections to keep our neighborhoods cleaner and
greener.
Pow! Visit RTS.com to learn more about how they can help your business manage waste more responsibly. So you mentioned Mikey Sainristil still once played receiver. We got one of the best receivers right here in the National Football League in Terry McLaurin. So when you think about his game, one of 4 wide receivers in the NFL to have at least 75 catches and 1,000 receiving yards in the last 4 seasons. Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill. We're going to bring in Tana in a minute to talk about him. But when you're getting excited about this team, he was on Scott Van Pelt not that long ago. And man,
I enjoyed it.
Everything he does is just so impressive.
I met his dad. So I met Terry McLaurin dad at a football game. And now I know why he's so impressive.
Oh, okay.
Like, he was just raised good. Like sometimes it happens. But this is what I find so impressive about what Terry's doing. Look at the guys on this list. Devontae Adams. Who is his quarterbacks being? Aaron Rodgers and
Josh Allen.
Like like look at these guys. Like Tyreek Hill has had Patrick Mahomes and Tua.
Yep.
All right, Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen. Now he got C.J. Stroud. Now let's go through our guy, Terry McLaurin, and tell you who he's had for quarterback. That shows you what this guy is. No matter what it is, I have no excuses. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to play some football. All right? And he's always been that guy. No excuses. Very much like Santana. Like him and Santana's career is taking a very similar arc to it, but I like the way he's by any means necessary. I don't care who's the quarterback. But Heineke can't throw before the yards. Well, I come back 35. He doesn't care what the situation is. He just shows up and play football. And I respect that from any player.
Yeah, just like Sam Howell's not good under pressure. Well, I'll find a way.
I'll get open.
I'll get open.
I get open. And that's what it's about. If you're a wide receiver, if you're a football player, period. That's why I told you I chose not to play wide receiver. I did not want another player to dictate my success. All right? I didn't want my success to be in the hand of a quarterback, a Pat Ramsey, a Jeff George.
Right.
You know, I did Tony Banks. I didn't want that. All right? So I chose to play DB and go against him. All right, so I know how hard it is to make it hard on a wide receiver, especially when it has a good quarterback. It's easy for us when the quarterback ain't that good as a defensive back. I can shut you down. And did I really shut you down if your quarterback ain't good?
Right.
I wasn't just
if the ball's not coming to you.
Thank you.
Right.
So it's a give and take there, G.
So we'll ask Tanner about this as well, but how beneficial is it for a guy like Jaden Daniels? He comes in and not just a great receiver, but one of the leaders on this team is one of your receivers.
Oh, no, that's great.
Yeah.
Like, the first thing you want as a quarterback, I got to have one person to throw it to.
Yeah.
I got to have one person that dictates the defense. Like, when we lead a huddle, it's all right, quarterback first, but then it's where's Terry. Mm-hmm. Like, so it's got to be that one player that the defense says, you know what, once we stop him, we can kind of slow this offense down and do that. Well, Terry's that guy. Terry also can come back to the huddle and be like, hey, man, check this out. They playing me 2-man under. I'm going to take it up top. Mm-hmm. They playing cover 3. I'm going to bend this in a little bit more. Mm-hmm. That's what he wants from Terry. That's what he needs from Terry. That eye on the field when he can't see stuff, he can see it. And that's the key.
Let us know what you think. I'm going to keep hammering this home. I want to see people in the comments. I want to hear people on the hotline. 703-726-7419. Let's pay some bills.
Yeah, call the house phone first, all right? And then we'll pay them bills. Get Loud Podcast is brought to you by Bet365, the official sporting bet partner of the Washington Commanders. Bet on a range of NFL markets with the best 365 app. Craft your own personalized bet slip with parlay. Access thousands of games with live streaming. Place your bets before the match. During the game, it's up to you. Download the Bet365 app today and join 80 million members worldwide. Yes, I said it. 80 members, 80 million. That's a lot of people. I wish I had $80 million. All right. Age 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Virginia. Gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. MWAA. We don't travel to escape life. We travel so life don't escape us. We dream of any place in the world. In the blink of an eye, we're there. All you have to do is decide where to. Dulles International Airport. Let your imagination soar. Book your adventure today at flydulles.com/nonstop.
We were talking about Tanner.
Yep.
Tanner knows receivers, so we got to ask him about Terry McLaurin and bring him in.
Why not?
We're going to get ready for the upcoming season and talk receivers. So we got to bring in our receiver, Santana Moss. Not here in person, but we got him over the phone here, got him on video. Yeah. So, Tanner, let me ask you, and we'll get to Scary Terry in a second, but as a group, what do you want to see from this receiver group in training camp?
You know, training camp, one of those things, man, it's kind of iffy because you don't know how many of those guys going to stick around. But what I would like to see is just, I guess you can say that top 3 or 4 guys show their face. You know what I mean? We kind of know, we can kind of speculate now who the top 3 should be, but you really don't know until you know. And I think what you want to see out the gate is just see those guys show their face and see the team, I guess you can say, that core grow and say, okay, this is who we're going to be dependent on this year. And we don't have to sit there and, be waiting for the last preseason game to see who's going to be the added guy.
If somebody like Terry or De'Ami Brown, some of these older wide receivers, sit Santana Moss down and say, Santana, how can I help a young quarterback? Like, how can I help Jaden Daniels this year? What would you tell those guys?
That's a great question, Fred. It's funny, man. I can just always go back to the guys that I've, once played with, the young quarterbacks I played with. I played with a lot of them, even from far as back as Jason Campbell. I think the first thing you want to do, and this is what I would tell them, is just, show them that you're available all the time. Show them that every time you line up, he can depend on you. And beyond that, you got to get to know that guy to the point to where he understands when you coming at him, you coming at him out of love. Mm-hmm. It's kind of bond that y'all have, that you're not leading them wrong. Because, some of these young guys, and it's not all of them. Some of them come in and they have so much thrown at them, especially at the quarterback position, they might not know how to take a hard criticism from an older guy, especially a guy who's going to be, expecting them to hit, find them when he's open all the time. And I think that's one of the things that happens to a lot of the receivers. We come off kind of hard at these guys, and the older guys can take it because they're going to come at us also. I love older quarterbacks because they're going to tell you straightforward what they need, what they want, and you got to go out there and do it, especially if you want the ball. But the young quarterback, especially when they're like that guy come in with a lot of hype, he might not necessarily know how to take a guy like myself myself or Terry going at him hard. So you got to make sure you establish that friendship, that bond, that relationship out the gate to let him know that, look, bro, I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong. And everything that I say is my bond. My word is my bond. So if you trust that, we're going to have a great relationship. And I think if you can kind of draw that line in the sand and get that established, y'all both should be well off that year.
Shannon, when you talk about position groups and guys who need to play well together, you think about the offensive line, you think about the secondary. How do you do that as receivers when all of you guys want to eat? All of you guys want your catches, right?
Yeah. It's easy. I think you got to have that kind of a team structure to know that I gotta do my part. I go back to in 12 when RG3 got there. We also brought in Pierre. We also brought in Josh Morgan. These guys are new to the team. We've already had Lil A, Aldrick Robinson, which we call him Lil A. We had Leonard Hankerson, myself, and we kind of, reconstructed that whole core. And you look at it, you say, with all these guys here, how are we going to even have a chance to do what we do? Also that year, they changed me from a predominant Z guy to the slot guy. So now I'm sitting there like, man, I don't know how I'm going to be involved, but if Mike Shanahan says this is going to work, then I'm going to go with it. And if you look at that season, I believe like all 4 or 5 of us had 500 yards or more. I led the team in touchdowns. Pierre led the team in yards. I think he had 600, but Pierre got hurt that year, so that's, that was kind of low for him, but he still led the team in receiving yards. But that core together understood their roles. We understood our part of that team, and one of the things that Kyle Shanahan did a great job at, he made sure that every time we was in the game, we made sure we didn't leave a play. We didn't leave nothing on the field. We left everything on the field. We didn't go out that game saying that we didn't do our part. So every receiver kind of came into that, whatever down they came in, knowing that, hey, this is my opportunity. Make sure I make it worth my while. You know what I mean? So I think that kind of mindset has to be established out the gate to know that, hey, we all have a part here. We just have to do our part, and we should be rewarded.
Well, Tanner, we know how teams go. We know the ebb and flow of things, and I know you don't like to play the what-if game, but I'm going to play it with you anyway. If the end of the year, and we look back and this team has won 10 games, excluding Terry McLaurin, take Terry out of it. If we win 10 games, which one of these other wide receivers balled out? Because it's got to be more than one. If you had to pick one, which one of these guys would it be?
I would say at the gate, Jahan. I mean, honestly, it would be, look, you got to understand, this kid, if he could come into this season and give us a glimpse of what he did his rookie season, this offense is almost well off already. We don't even have to say, what they're going to do in the backfield, because we know those guys in the backfield are going to be chopping at the bits. And then at the quarterback position, if Jahan is getting off, good doggone well that the quarterback is playing good and Terry is eating as well. So, I think if this team is doing that thing and we have to exclude a guy like Terry, it has to be a dominant Jahan Dotson out there killing everybody week in and week out, and they don't know what to do with him. So now all the other guys out there eating freely.
So do you think Jahan would be better? Because we be watching practice all the time. Do you think his skill set is suited more for the outside or the inside, or it just don't really matter?
I look at his skill sets and I say he can play both. Now, the question would be, is what he does better than the other? And that's, to me, I think, still to be determined. When I watch him inside, I see him eating a lot inside. We saw that last year. So if I'm a receiver, I particularly want to see him more inside where he get favorable matchups, and then he has more of the field to, to his advantage. Now, I won't exclude what he can do outside, because I saw him out there work guys, too, outside, especially his rookie season. But I think when it comes to just his body type, I want to know if he's a guy that wants that kind of, because see, I was a guy, if you look at me, you say, well, Tanner's a small guy, but I have a different size structure. I'm a little more compact than people might give me. And so I was able to take that, that press man and that bump and run coverage outside. And I think that raised a lot of eyebrows in the league when I first came in, because they didn't expect that. Now you get a Jahan, probably a little taller than me, but I think a lot lighter than me. And I'm not sure if if he favors that kind of attention on the outside. Although they don't even play like we played back in the day, Fred. I mean, you know, it was press, bump and run. Guys gonna hold you from
5-10 yards down the field.
Exactly, all the way down the field. So these guys have favorable matchups any way they want to call it. But I would say out the gate, if I had to make a decision today, I would want to see him play more on the inside.
So, Tana, I want to include Terry McLaurin for a second. Is there another level for him when you're as good as he is?
There's always another level.
Always?
Always.
I think so, man. Terry's one of those guys, you can never really say which one of these years was his best year.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like he just get better and better and better. If he didn't do something, way to do it. And I think right now, from what I'm just seeing and from listening to some of these interviews that he's had here locally, and then the one he did with the guy
SVP?
down ESPN.
Yeah,
Bingo.
Scott Van Pelt.
Just hearing him speak, man, you can tell Terry plays with that chip every year. He has a chip. I don't think he feels that he get enough credit for what he's done. And that's a good way to look at it. That's a good chip to have, because as a receiver, you got to think about it. Whatever way you want to come in there, if you want to be an angry guy, if you want to be a guy that says I'm just going to go out there and do what I do, however you do it, you're going to get your opportunity, especially when you're the guy. And I think we all know that when we want to have success on this team, the ball has to be going to Terry McLaurin. He gets things started, and he's one of those guys who can finish as well. So I think, every year you can look forward to a guy like him coming here ready to work. He's a guy. He's from Indiana.
Yeah.
Naptown, if you want to call it. And those guys just have that hard working mentality.
Blue collar.
They come with blue collar workers, lunch pail and hard hat every day. And I think that's what he's going to bring.
Well, this is what you and Terry do have in common. Like they say, to be a good husband, you cannot have 10 wives. Now, we know about y'all quarterback position. Like Terry has only been in the league, 4 or 5 years, and he's had 6, 7 quarterbacks already. Man, how does it take just the stress off of you as a wide receiver to know, all right, this is my guy moving forward for the next 4 or 5, 6 years, man?
Well, one of the things you can't do as a receiver, you can't even wrap your head around saying this is going to be your last guy, because you never know.
Yep.
Especially with our luck here in Washington. I feel like that was my luck starting in college. People fail to realize, and this is something this is a fun fact we could probably bring up. This is probably my first time bringing it up on you guys' show, but I had a different quarterback all throughout college, every year, 4 years straight. So when you think about the quarterbacks I went through in the NFL, think about the quarterbacks I went through, all through my collegiate years. I mean, bro, that's got to be the most stressful thing to ever go through as a receiver. You know what I'm saying? So to see Terry have the kind of success he's had thus far, he's already probably reached the quarterbacks that I had in 10 years in Washington in 5 years. He's going into his 6th season. And I'm sure he done had at least 10 quarterbacks already. So, for him to have this kind of success that he has had, that just shows you what he's doing, behind closed doors, and trying to make sure that he comes ready to work and prove to the team each and every year that I'm your guy. But with that being said, man, it's our hope that he spoke about being uncomfortable, and that's the way he plays the game. Like he's always playing with that kind of mindset that he's ready for whatever happens, because he don't want to be comfortable. So I think as a receiver, I never hearing Terry said, I kind of had that perspective as well. Mine was a little different. I used to always just tell myself, hey, just be ready, because you never know what might happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's similar to how Terry's already saying that, hey, man, I'm just uncomfortable. I've played uncomfortable for so long to whereas if you give me whatever you give me, I'm going to take it and run with it. And I think that's the kind of mindset to have.
Dan, we always love having you in person, but great to see you on video, and thanks for being with us, man. We'll see you soon enough.
As always, appreciate you, fellas.
Enjoy that vacation, brother.
Always great to see Tana.
Yeah.
We're going to pay some bills real quick, and then we're going to wrap things up with some July 4th talk.
Why not the 4th? I love the 4th.
Oh, I know you do. I want to hear what you're doing.
The field deal.
Have we talked to you about SeatGeek?
Please do.
Oh, the official ticketing partner of your Washington Commanders. The deal is finalized. They are the newest member of the Commanders family. We are family out here, by the way.
Yeah, we are family.
That's right. Sister Sledge back in the day. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it. You'll be hearing it all season long. Doesn't matter if you're buying or selling tickets to Commanders games or any other live event in the DMV. SeatGeek is the place to do it. The official ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders, so Commanders fans can fan. Independence Day.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
I think I'm getting the band back together.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I'm getting the band back together, and me and my boys had a ritual when we was growing up, and after I got to the league, we did it every year where the 4th of July, we would go to the Essence Festival in New Orleans. And when I say we did it like 15 years consecutively.
Did you really?
The only thing stopped us from meeting was Katrina.
Okay.
Like when Katrina happened, we took a couple years off. The funny thing is, Jinx, I met my ex-wife at the Essence Festival.
Did you really?
That's how connected I am.
I
to the
came
Essence
this close to seeing New Edition one year, and I scrapped it to the last second.
What kind of dude are you, man?
I know.
You're not truly American.
I gotta
Till
go.
you went to the Essence Festival. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. What about you? What you doing for the 4th?
Oh, man. Well, it's going to be fun. I'm getting together with some friends, and we're going to see fireworks there, and they're catering it, but they're ordering tacos.
Hold up.
Yes.
They ordering tacos.
Yes. On July 4th.
Who idea was this?
They live on Capitol Hill. I'm like, why are we having burgers and hot dogs?
Where's the 4th of July? Who said, you know what? Order Chipotle. Who said that?
I was going like, this sounds fun. This sounds fun. Tacos? So that's going to be strange.
So is it a fix your own taco so I can make me a taco salad?
You can make your own taco. But they're catering, having the different meats, the tortillas. It'll be delicious.
Yeah.
It's just not not traditional.
Fit.
Yeah, it doesn't fit
for that day. I'm sorry.
Right. Cinco de Mayo.
Yes. It works.
Right.
No, I'll be eating hot dogs.
Yes.
Ribs. I'll be eating the real thing. And who brought the potato salad? That's always the big question.
Oh, okay. So since we're talking about that, this is how we're going to close this out.
All right.
Commanders players as 4th of July foods. Oh. Okay?
Let's do it.
Let's start with the ice cold beer.
Now, when you say the beer, is the beer the essence of a barbecue for the 4th? Is the beer the one thing? So let's say the beer is the substance of the of the barbecue.
Okay.
Who is the substance of this team? I would have to two dudes.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go dual.
Okay.
The identity of this team for a lot of years has been the D-line.
Okay.
So I'm going to go Deron Payne and John Allen out of Budweiser and Bud Light. yeah. If you want a couple more less calories.
Bud Light and Bud Heavy.
That's what I'm saying. So I would have to say those guys have been the soul of this team for a while. Who you got?
You know what? Think about when you've been struggling for a while, right?
Yeah.
Like it's hot.
Like last week.
Oh, like last week. And you have an ice cold beer and you're like,
and you rub it on your
forehead.
forehead.
That's just what I needed.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels. That's just what I needed. It's been a minute, man.
Can I have a picture?
Can I have a pitch? You know what? Just keep them coming.
Yes.
I needed this.
So Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. That refreshment that everyone enjoys.
Yeah.
You've been waiting for this.
We've been waiting for a long time.
It's been a drought.
Yeah. For a
Jaden
long
Daniels,
time.
yeah.
Jaden Daniels, that wheat and barley will.
Yeah.
We'll help you get everything going. All right. The hamburger is a staple. It's an American staple.
Yeah.
It's needed. You can buy it on every block. Mm-hmm. But 4th of July, when it's coming off that grill, burnt or unburnt, it doesn't matter. Who is that player on this team? Who's the hamburger of this team? You know who I got?
Who you got?
Tyler Biadasz.
Oh, I was going very similar to you. Go ahead.
Biadasz. You know why? Because everything starts with the burger.
Yeah.
When you walk in the barbecue, the first thing you laser in is, oh, do they got beer? They do. Then you go, oh, they got hamburgers. Like, that's the second thing. Hamburgers, right there.
Yep.
So I think Biadasz, because you know what? He touches the ball before the quarterback.
Yep.
Everything starts with the center. Biadasz. Some love at this barbecue.
We're thinking on the same wavelength. I'm going Sam Cosmi.
Oh, why not? He's only the best.
The beef.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if it's a brat.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's a burger. You got beef, and you can cook a burger different ways. Guard, tackle, medium rare, medium well. I don't know. How do you like it as long as I got that beef there?
Are you a hot dog guy or are you a brats guy?
I like a brat, But I love a good hot dog.
A hot dog. I'm finna say, like, the hot dog is so simple. My kids don't eat it no more. You know, I guess they losing the lust.
Yeah.
But I love to go to a Nats game. First thing I reach for is a hot dog.
You have to.
And there's something about a hot dog that's been wrapped in aluminum foil for a second.
Oh, it's just been kind of like sitting there all warm. That bun's nice and warm. Oh, it's so good.
Just eat it. All right? So the hot dog of this team, meaning not a lot of
this team.
Yeah, the hot dog of this team. Not a lot of flash to a hot dog.
Okay.
But it's there when you need it. Don't cost a lot, but it's there when you need it. Zach Ertz.
Oh, I like that.
Zach Ertz is that hot dog. He going to be that hot dog for Jaden Daniels. You know why? Because the tight end is a quarterback's best friend. When he has nowhere to throw it to, and he just need to get it out of his hand, Ertz there with it. Probably join the heart like, I love you. like that's what you want. I say Zach Ertz is the hot dog at the picnic.
Hot dog, I got one for you.
Yeah.
Adam Peters. You know what?
Yes.
I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
This guy looks good. Everybody loves him.
Yeah.
In the draft room, didn't he just exude confidence? Like, I'm the hot dog.
Yeah. I don't.
Everybody came here on Independence Day,
Yeah.
and look who the star of the show is, and I'm crushing it. Look at that person over there enjoying a hot dog. Look at that person enjoying a hot dog.
And cut the mustard.
You know what?
Yeah.
Put whatever you want to on it. I'm still the hot dog.
Yeah.
I'm the star of the show. And knew it and crushed it.
Now, I got to give our producer, Anna, some flack.
Okay.
Because she wrote on a piece of paper, corn on the cob. Now, I don't, personally, I don't go to a barbecue looking for corn on the cob. Now, it's going to be there. Now, it's there.
Yes.
Yeah, now, if you told me, oh, no, this is Mexican street corn. Now, that's a different corn on the cob. But the corn on the cob cannot be placed on a pedestal. So I removed her corn on the cob.
Okay.
And we put ribs.
Oh.
Ribs. It ain't nothing like ribs. I don't care if they pork, beef, elk, buffalo.
Elk.
I don't care. Ribs. Ribs are the main attraction to me.
Okay.
And that's why it's Jaden Daniels.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Because when you see that big rack of ribs right there, and you be like, give me my baby back rib, it's something to it. And it's so good to you. You start to like leave sauce right there. And it's a messy eat.
It's worth it.
But it's worth it.
Yeah.
All right, so I have to go Jaden Daniels is the ribs.
I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner.
Oh.
You know why?
Aged ribs.
First of all, when you get a good rack of ribs, that's Hall of Fame. When you get a Hall of Fame rack of ribs, and also the backbone of that defense. You're bringing in one of the greats,
that's so
the backbone. That's Bobby Wagner.
That's so good of you right there to do that right there. That is Bobby Wagner right there. that actually was perfect right there. But what happens when you walk to a barbecue and you see a dude eating ribs with a fork?
Uninvited.
Get him out.
Get him out.
Listen, I have stopped the barbecue like, hey, we got a guy over here eating ribs with a fork.
I'd rather see someone eating some ribs. I don't care. Hey, get that sauce on. It's all right.
But you can't eat it with a fork. All right.
No.
We got to bring in at least one dessert.
Okay.
One dessert. Now, some people like ice cream. All right. I'm a big lemonade. I like my tea, but I also like a good fruit salad.
Okay.
Because it's hot. It's
Okay.
usually hot.
Yeah.
So I can eat this fruit. It's good. So the dessert is like the icing on the cake. The icing on the cake to me is Luke McCaffrey.
Okay.
He's that extra
Yeah.
oomph. Like on draft day, we were like, hey, we got Jaden Daniels and Luke McCaffrey. Right? So it's like that extra. And it feel like he's been here before. I feel like he played in the early 80s here.
Yeah.
And now we just got Luke again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that dessert, that get your cake and eat it too, it's Luke McCaffrey.
I'm going ice cream. Ice cream is versatile, right?
It is.
You
What's your flavors?
I like cookies and cream.
Oh, all right.
Rocky Road.
All right.
Mint chocolate chip.
Ugh.
You know, on occasion.
Were you ever one of them black walnut ice cream eaters? I hate that. My aunties love it.
No.
Oh, they love it. I hate it.
But think about it. Having a cone, having a cup, maybe a sundae, maybe a milkshake. You can do it all.
Yeah.
Austin Eckler.
Ooh, I like that one.
You want a handoff?
Yeah.
I can catch passes out of the backfield.
I can block too.
I can block. You need a touchdown?
Yeah.
Whatever you need, I got it.
Yeah.
You just tell me what you need, and I'll make it that way. Ice cream.
Yes. You scream, I scream.
Call us, 703-726-7419. Put your thoughts in the comments. Have a great 4th of July. I know you're going to have a great
I am. Getting the band back together.